One day, a senior executive from Panasonic Corporation planned to visit one of its manufacturing plants in overseas. Because of his seniority status with the organization and because of his legendary reputation for attention to detail, the plant employees cleaned up the plant to the perfection for many weeks. On the day of his arrival, they arranged everything nicely and perfectly and rolled out a red carpet around the factory floor. Approximately 700 workers in fresh and clean uniforms stood shoulder to shoulder between the large machines. They were really excited about the senior executive's arrival. The executive, in a perfectly tailored print-striped suit, walked slowly along the carpet, nodding with respect to the workers. Then he suddenly stopped and turned a step off the red carpet and walked slowly but towards one of the factory's largest machines. All the factory workers got further excited. They were anxiously whispering each other without knowing what's going to happen next, because this detour was not executive's itinerary. 700 workers astonishingly watched him where he was going and why he was going. Then the senior executive reached a large machine, paused for a moment, and took a long breath. Now the eyes of the entire workforce were flashing to the senior executive. With the amazement of everyone, he bent down, reached his hand just under the edge of a large machine, and picked up a paperclip from the floor. He stood up, tucked the paperclip into his suit pocket. He took another long breath, turned, and quietly returned to the red carpet. The entire factory was at pin-drop silence. There was no scolding, there was no ball passing, there was no criticizing, because he didn't say anything. But the message was very clear, and his action resonated for years. After that visit, the factory was the cleanest in the country. This is a true story told by Panasonic employee who worked at that time to Ron Kaufman, the international speaker on service excellence. I think this story gives us a very powerful lesson on leadership required to deliver exceptional customer experience. As a leader, you can impose and implement many rules, regulations, and rigid procedures for service excellence. You can punish the rule breakers. You can send them hundreds of memos and warning letters. All are fine. But what if you become a role model? What if you become a leader who exemplifies the true leadership with actions, just like senior executives at Panasonic? What if you show your commitment, passion, and energy through example? People will embrace your idea. People will be inspired, and people will follow your action. Your action will be resonated for years. Remember, the action worth 1,000 times than thousands of instructions. You have to show up your service leadership not by the title, but by the action. You have to show up your service leadership not by the size of your cubicle, but by the level of your influence. You have to show up your service leadership not by the instructions, but by the example. That the message is powerful. Because you raise the bar for your employees in delivering exceptional customer experience through your own example, through your own action. Finally, may I ask you, what actions you take today as a leader to exemplify your commitment to deliver exceptional customer experience in your organization? Decide one action you are going to exemplify on this month for WOW experience. I promise you, it will be resonated with your employees for years. Hope to see you soon. Good luck.
Hi, this is Kitsiri. Hope you get great value from this video. Please share and like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll offer you more videos like this to improve your personal and professional life.